Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Maya. I'm a trauma-informed coach, and I not only help you heal your bad past experiences, but I also help you create what you truly desire, what you truly want, and what you can have. And today the topic is about, well, what do I actually want? What do I actually want? I don't know what I want. I have no idea what I want. That's what I hear sometimes. And so when I hear that, I think, oh, that's no problem. That's absolutely no problem at all. Because yes, we might have had some situations in the past where we were not allowed to we were not allowed to want what we wanted. Maybe we were shamed for it. For example, we wanted the most expensive toy in the toy store. And our mom might have just looked at us with this look of maybe disgust or shock or some sort of energy that just conveyed very strongly, you've made the wrong choice. You're not allowed to want that. How dare you want that? Who are you to want that? Why would you choose that? How could you possibly think you'll get that? Any of these variations. This happens. And just keep in mind that it's not your mom's fault. If this happened to you, I'm really sorry. It's a terrible situation to have experienced. It's a terrible experience to have gone through and to have felt that sort of energy. If you were a little kid and that sort of energy hit you, oh, that really hurts. And that shapes you. That immediately anchors in because it hits you so hard. It's such a force of energy that hits you, and you're just like, you're this helpless little kid. You didn't know any better. You didn't know that, oh, your mom is terrified of spending so much money on a toy because she thinks, oh, you know what, that's so much money on a toy. We won't have enough money for XYZ. Most of our income is already spent. We can't afford another toy, especially not such an expensive one. And so for you to receive that fear imprint through that energetic, that energetic hit from that look, from that tone, that response, the words, right? That is really intense, and that shapes you. That is immediately imprinted into your system, and you remember it. Probably not on a conscious level because it's too painful. So your system says, oh, that's too painful. We're not going to remember that. We're not going to pay attention to that. That's going to be deconstructed. So you might have smelled a certain smell. That's going to be stored over there. And the visuals are going to be stored over there. The words are going to be stored over there. And all of the rest it's all going to be like broken apart because that was too painful to store as a complete memory. And that happens. And that's okay. It's terrible, but it happens. So just take a deep breath. If that happened to you, maybe you don't remember, that's okay. But if you feel like, ooh, I do feel a little discomfort here, that feels like something's hit, just breathe. Take a deep breath. Maybe you feel pain in your sternum right now, that's okay. Maybe you feel it in your stomach and your shoulders, that's okay. Just notice the sensations and allow them to be there. Take a deep breath. Let it out. And again, deep breath. Let it out. Good. And now just realize that your mom was doing the best, but it still hurt. So it's nobody's fault. But you do have the opportunity now to heal this. Okay, and I know I started off with the topic of how do I find out what I really want? This is how. You go through some painful sensations, maybe some painful memories, and you face them, you face them, and you bring in compassion and you breathe, and you just breathe and you breathe and you breathe through them. You might be crying, you might be laughing, you might be angry. All of that is totally okay. It's totally okay. And you just let those emotions come up however they need to come up in a safe way, not yelling at anybody, not like that. But you can express anger by clenching your fists and just being, "Argh," being really mad and just clenching those fists and feeling that anger in your body. And that's okay. That would actually be really healing, to allow that anger to be there, be seen, be felt, be experienced. Maybe you felt anger when you were little and you were not allowed to express it. Maybe that was just not an emotion that was accepted. And once you have processed and you've moved through that experience, you can do it in a somatic practice, which I've spoken about a lot. You can find the mini course on my About page. So once you've processed that and you've just released that anger, you've integrated it. By when I say release, it is integration. So I just say release because you are letting it go, but it is being integrated because you're accepting it. So I know that's a little confusing, but don't worry, it works out. You don't have to understand every single little aspect of how this beautiful, amazing human body works, how the emotions work, all of that. It doesn't matter. As long as you get to let go, release, integrate these heavy energies that are not for your benefit, that are not helping you anymore. They helped you way back when. That's awesome. They kept you alive. But now they are not. They are holding you back. They are weighing you down. And so whenever you're in a difficult situation, you're facing these emotions that are coming up, they're coming up because they want to be released. They're ready to be released. Otherwise, they won't come up. So just realize that. And so when they come up, you breathe, follow the process. If you want to know more about that, go to the About page, have a look at that mini course. It'll guide you through step by step how to do that. So once you've moved through that process, then you have released, integrated, let go of that traumatic imprint, that heavy energy. And that means it's not going to trigger you anymore, unless it's a deep core wound. Then maybe there are layers. So then you heal one layer at a time. And it's good that it's like that, because otherwise you'll be totally overwhelmed. Your body knows how to process this. All you need to do is actually allow it. You just facilitate it. Your body does the big work. And that's why you need a lot of rest, usually after such a process, depending at what level you're at. Because the more you do it, the easier and easier it gets. Okay, so then you don't get triggered by whatever that might have been anymore when you think about, oh, what do I actually want? I know, I'm not allowed to want what I actually want, right? That could have been a trigger. But now you've released it. It's not a trigger anymore. So now you can think, what do I actually want? Now you're more open. Now you can really look around. Oh, maybe I can try out horse riding. I love horse riding. Horse riding. Oh man, I love horses. I love horses. Let me try that out. I get to want what I want. There's no block in the way anymore. You actually get to do that now. Because previously you just wouldn't give yourself that. And if you did, it might have been a very forceful experience. Just, okay, I'll do it. But that might be very, very difficult to do if you don't release the block first. So it's really, it's useful to release those energetic blocks first. Okay, and then maybe you've decided, okay, what I'd really like to do is I'd like to I'd like to combine my passion, what I really enjoy, and receive money through it as well. And you think, okay, well, I love surfing. Surfing is just the best thing in the world. It brightens my life every single day. I can't get enough of it. This is my passion. And maybe you've only found that out after you've tried horse riding and then rock climbing and who knows what, right? Programming computers, whatever it may be. And now you've found surfing and you're like, yeah, this is it. This feels so good. And now you're like, okay, well, I want to combine that with receiving money. Do you think that's possible? Are there surfing instructors out there? Yeah. Yes, they are. Would you mind living at a beach? Maybe not. Do you think you can make a lot of money with it? Probably. Do you think you can work the hours that suit you? Probably. Because if there are other people doing it, you know it is possible. If they can do it, you can do it. And the only thing that's standing in the way is limits that you apply, that you allow to be there. Any sort of blocks that might have at some point been imprinted on your system. And all you do is you just move right through them through the somatic process, and you let them go, you integrate them, and you release them. It really is that simple. Now, when I say simple, it doesn't mean it's easy, because going through those difficult emotions is not a walk in the park. It's tough. It takes courage. But once you release them, integrate them, how are you going to feel? You're going to feel amazing. You're going to feel light. You're going to feel free. You're going to see a whole new world of possibility. You're going to see so many new possibilities. Opportunities just show up all over the place because you've removed these blocks that were limiting you, the rules, these subconscious rules that you've made for yourself to keep yourself safe, because that's what you needed in childhood. But you don't need that anymore. They are detrimental now. And it's time to let them go. They have served their purpose. Okay, I hope that has been interesting for you today. Helpful, useful, insightful, entertaining, all of those good things. And remember, you deserve to live your life to the fullest. You deserve to live your life to the fullest. It's your life. It's your life. And you get to live it. You get to live it. It's so exciting. And just let that sink in. Breathe that in. And I will see you soon. Bye-bye.